He is no Cam Ward, the University of Miami quarterback. Has been selected by the Tennessee Titans as the No. 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. This marks a significant milestone in Ward's career, reflecting his impressive college performance and the confidence the Titans have in his abilities to lead their franchise.
You predict Shedeur and Travis going in the draft?
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 through 4. One of them is going to be 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is going to be
Speak it
1.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4. Now, all this is subjective because I know where I kind of want them to go. And let's not forget Shallow, okay? But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't going to happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's going to be, it's going to be an Eli.
Like I say, and this is why I reference Tom Brady because he was the best of the best in all categories. He didn't go first. So the number getting picked don't matter. I wasn't the top-rated quarterback coming out of high school because it's a lot of exterior things that people like and they don't like about me, and I'm realistic. The number said what people got to say. You know who my dad is? They hated on him too. So it's like it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us. I think I'm
gonna be honest, man. Like, if you're laughing about this, like, you're probably kind of a piece of garbage. Like, this is not good. And unlike some guys who, quote unquote, get wrong advice.
Sure.
No, he didn't get wrong advice. He got the advice, and then the team just decided, no, not going to do it. So I don't know what their thought process was. I don't understand it. I'm sure the stories will come out at some point, but this isn't like a kid that doesn't know anything about the draft getting told by his uncle that you should go in because you can get some money. This is a guy who has all the resources in the world and has all the numbers that you need. Like 74% of his passes are completions. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And Dame, I think to Felder's point about a lot of things are going to be written and talked about. We knew the narrative going into the draft was, oh, how he interviewed, the Dion factor of it all.
Right.
A guy with made money already coming out of college who comes from a family with it already here. Are the results that we're seeing now kind of bearing out that this response from the NFL might mean that some of what's been written about has some truth to it there?
Could be. I know, like I said, at the end of the day, you think about the fact of teams not wanting me getting the text or the quote that they tried to call Coach Brown LeVar Ball, and it was like not wanting to deal with the circus and different things of that nature. And it's just like, at some point, even the anonymous quote that came out about the NFL exec said that Shedeur made you feel small. And I tweeted it out. There's no way in the world you are cut out for this business as an NFL exec to say he made you feel small. A draft prospect, a young man made you, who was probably 40, 50, 60 years old, because you've probably been in this game a long time, that he made you feel small. That's a ridiculous statement to make. And for me, it's just a fact of Cleveland, we got on you. You needed the quarterback. Yep. You said we're going to get Dylan Gabriel. We could put the tape on side by side, and you're going to have to show me where Dylan Gabriel is a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. I get it. He's bravado. He's got a lot of confidence in himself. And
that's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
Right. And that's the double standard with all of this, right? Is so much of what we talk about in that is stuff that we lionize and prioritize for other positions, other players that don't have that last name. He helped
change 2 different programs. And typically, in college, when the quarterback does, I love Kyle McCord out of Syracuse, who transferred from Ohio State to Syracuse.
Yeah.
He changed Syracuse's program in 2024.
Yep.
My ex-Cam Ward in Miami, why they didn't go to the CFP. It was Kyle McCord in that offense that put points up and knocked them out of the playoff contention, man. I love that type of stuff. That's the storyline you want. A guy that can come in who's not afraid of the bright lights, a guy who's tough, do you have to build a stone wall in from him? Do you have to spend $200 million on your offensive line for Shedeur? No, you don't, because he knows how to throw from muddy pockets when he does set his feet and just say, you know what? I know I'm going to get hit. Screw it. I'm going to get this ball out. it's just like you said. If people are laughing about it, okay, cool. Get your jokes off, get your laughs off. But this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing for the league, because at the same time, you also have to you're telling the young college players that's coming in, okay, so if you come into our meeting room at the combine overconfident, we're going to dislike that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's also different at different levels, right? The confidence when you're thinking, and originally, because remember, after the season and going back to last year, the talk was Shedeur Sanders could be in contention to be the top quarterback off the board. That's overplaying your hand if you think you're in that conversation and coming in with that kind of bravado. But he's been a value for the minute the clock started today, and quite honestly, at the end of beginning of round number 2, I should say.
Yeah.
He was a value at that point if you had picked him here.
Yes.
It's insane, and now turning into somewhat of an underdog story. I mean, Mel Kiper Jr., I saw him banging on the table for Shedeur Sanders and referenced Tom Brady as someone that people passed on and regretted. That's the kind of chip, the boulder that you're putting on this young man's shoulder.
Absolutely.
For all the success he's had, Felder, he's going to walk into an NFL camp somewhere ticked off about the way this went.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like we said before, like this is a guy that just, I think there should be value in a guy that he just wants to play football.
Yeah.
He just wants to play quarterback.
You said it, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to.
He doesn't have, but
He just wants to.
Here's the flip side of this thing. You're worried about his confidence now. You put that boulder on his shoulder, and he comes out here, he becomes a Pro Bowl quarterback, and you get him that second contract. You're really not going to like the fact, because now it's that simple aspect of you passed up on me time and time again. You said these things about
Every
me.
single one of the teams in the
all
entire
32
NFL.
teams.